Hi everyone, it's Eileen from Now There's a Crafty Idea, and I'm back again with our lovely sewing journal. So it's coming along, and I'm really pleased with how it's turning out. So I just thought we need to make a tag for this. We need to make some ephemera for there. And I'm just looking through the pages, and we've got these lovely big tucks that I've got some nice big journal cards for. And I think now's the time to start popping things in. So I have a few different pocket ideas. So I wanted to do something in the second signature to mirror this. So I've had a bit of a think about it, and what I've come up with is a triple pocket. And it is just it's very similar to this, but instead of being envelopes, it's going to be pockets. And I just wanted it to keep it simple like that, because I wanted it to mirror. So let's find ourselves. So I was going to do it on this one, possibly on this side. Let's see. So I've already pre-cut these, and all it is, it's a piece of scrapbook paper that I got ages ago, and I just liked that it's got all these vintage ads and things on it. So I've just literally cut two smaller ones and one large one. This one's going to be for the bottom. And then use my hole punch to give them a nice little don't even know what that's called. Okay. And then I've inked around them. So I did all that off camera. I do apologise, but it's very simple, and all I did was measure the page so that I knew what was going to go where, and I'm just literally going to glue these on, as simple as that. And then we've got some, I've cut down, I had these cards, and these are index cards, and the papery card one, they're not very hard. So I've cut these down so that they'll fit inside, and I'm going to apply some of the tissue paper to those, so that you can see the process of me doing that with them. So let's start off. I just want to get these glued straight down so that I can leave the book, leave the glue to set, I should say. So I'm going to move these out of the way because I don't want to get glue on them. Okay, I'm having so much fun with this one. It is just such a trip down memory lane, and all I'm going to do is I'm putting glue on three sides because it's going to be a pocket. I was trying to go through my old buttons to find some, because I wanted to put some in the book, because it really has just brought back so many lovely memories of when I was a kid, and my mum's sewing and me sitting watching her playing with our buttons and our notions and things. And I was talking to Jo Beth. Hi Jo Beth. She left a nice comment saying that, you know, it seems like I'm getting invested in this one, and it's nice to stir up those memories. And it really has. I didn't think it would, but it really has brought all those memories back, and especially in a time when all I want to do is give my mum a hug, and I can't because of quarantine. It really has kind of given me that mental hug that I needed. So yeah, I am a little bit invested in this one. I am really enjoying making it. So yeah, so I decided to get out some of those vintage buttons that I was talking about, and I'm going to incorporate them into this, because it is very close to my heart, and I wanted to put a little bit of that in there. So it's going to have those in, and I think it's nice, you know, even when I sell this, it's going to go to somebody else, but it is going to have part of me in it. Well, you know, as a maker and artist, everything you make is part of you, but it's going to have that extra little bit of memory. So yeah, that's going to be nice. And I heard from my sister today, because I've been talking to her via text, because she's been, you know, out of breath with the virus and that. So I heard from her, and she's feeling much better, and she's already started nagging me. So I know she's on the road to recovery. If she can nag, she must be getting better. Oh, so yeah, that was nice. I know that we have all been worried about her, and my mum is Bless her cotton sock. She's she lives by herself, but she's got her best friend next door. And I think I've told you they like Tweedledum and Tweedledee, always getting into trouble together. But she's been terrified this whole time because she's quarantined at home because of her age and her health problems. And the rest of us, well, Mandy's a nurse, my sister's a nurse, and I'm a carer. Chris has got his own business, so he has to be at work. And she's been terrified for all of us, and it hasn't been easy, but I think she's starting to realise that, you know, we're managing, fingers crossed. I'm not going to jinx us. So that's that one in. I like that. I like the way that turned out. I might put something here. What do we have? Oh, I tell you what I do have. We still have some of these little people left. Do we have a little one? We do. Now we could kind of put her up there. If we just leave her so that her head's not a... Well, that... I don't know. Okay, let's think. What else do we have? Well, we have a couple of these that are... Oh, now that might look nice with something behind it. Or we could put that one there. I like that one. Right, I'm going to just... Because these are... Obviously, I've cut these out because they're all over the place. And I'm so straight at cutting. There we go. Okay. I'll just trim it down that side as well. And I'm going to grunge that up. Let's move this for a second. And then get a little bit of grunge on this going, because it's too white for my liking. And then I'm just going to just barely rub the sponge over it and just give it that nice beat up look. Oh, that's squeaky. There we go. That's better. I like it better like that. Looks like it's been through the wars now, doesn't it? Okay. Now, what can we place this on? Oh, I tell you what we do have. We have some of this, which is that lovely green fabric. And that makes a nice layering fabric. Oh, I like that. Right, let's cut a piece of this. And I'm going to try and freehand it. So I'm going to go... These scissors are not the best. Yep. Right. Let's go this way. Oh, now you decide to work. There we go. Right, it doesn't have to be perfect. I don't want to cut that lovely rose off. Right, let's have a look and see what that looks like. Oh, I like that. And if I put that down, purposefully down kind of like that, then that rose is going to be, and it's going to hang over. I do like that. I quite like that. I mean, we could even make that a tuck if we wanted to, but I think it'd be a bit awkward with the fabric behind it. And you've got that little rose peeking out the corner there. Yeah, I kind of like that, and I like it offset as well. Yep, we shall do that. Let's get some glue on. Right. I'm going to go straight onto there with that. And this is when I should have a card, but I don't. I know what I can use. There we go. Just want to squash that glue about a bit. There we go. Right. Now, let's get this glued on. And I'm going to use the tacky glue because obviously I'm gluing it onto fabric. And the glue stick just doesn't cut it with fabric. Now, let's get this down in this corner. I want that rose to just be peeking out the top. Oh, there we go. That's really cool. And then obviously these are going to be covered with the pattern tissue, so it's going to look like the patterns. Yay! These might need cutting down just a little bit more, I think. Yeah, they're going to need to have a little scooch took off the side. Right, that's them. I'm liking that, that's quite nice. Yeah, right, so I'm going to leave that to dry for a minute because that was quite a lot of tacky glue. And let's get these done. I'm just going to put the lid on my glue, and I'm going to grab some of the pattern paper because I've left it over out the way. And where is it? Let's see. I've just got tons of this and it's all just wrapped up. Okay, right, now I'll get the chair back in. I've got some of this which is quite nice, but then I've got loads of this. I think I'll use this one because I like the colour of this one, and I think it'll match the colour of those pockets, so we'll use this one. So let's get this out the way. This has had such a big dent in me patterns that I now feel the need to go out. I'm just going to free cut these and go out and buy more. So I can't wait for lockdown to be over because I've got some buying to do. Right, let's get these glued on. So it's just a simple matter of lots and lots of glue stick. Let's get this completely covered. Oh, someone's cutting the grass. Right, now then, I'm just going to pick some interesting pieces because I want these lovely markings on. Like I say, you do need lots of glue for this because this pattern tissue does kind of soak it up, and you want to really get in there and make sure it is fixed down, because otherwise, well, that will cover. Put a little bit of glue along that edge because otherwise it does tend to try to lift up, and you don't want that to happen because then it's going to get caught on everything. Oh, these are going to look so cute. I'm just going to make sure I've got glue on every little bit. There we go. Just give that a quick snip. I love the smell of cut grass. It's just one of those wonderful smells that you spend all winter dreaming of. I've got to say, I do love the pumpkin spice season. I spend my whole year by smells. I love the smell of the lilac in spring. I love the smell of the cut grass in summer. And I love the smell of pumpkin spice. And it is absolutely one of my favourite things. Right, so there's one. And now I'm going to do the other side as well. And what we can do is we can decorate one side so that it's got like a focal point and leave the other side blank. So the next piece I want to be blank, and that's going to be that side. So let's get some more glue on. Now what I'll do with these, once the glue's dried, I will set them underneath the book, because they do want a curl. It is paper and you're applying glue, and what does paper want to do when it's got glue on it? It wants to curl. So I will set these aside and pop them probably just in between the pages of a heavy book, and that way they won't curl as badly. I mean, once they're in the journal and they're getting used a lot, then the curl will go away. There we go. So you can still see that that is a little note card, and then you've got the nice pattern on the back, which will be the base for whatever we decide to do with it. So I'm just going to trim this round. You can trim it all in one go, but it just gets a bit messy when you do it that way. And we'll do this. getting stuck up on my scissors. I need to get some of that gooby gone because my scissors are getting a bit sticky. Right, there's one done. We need 3 because we've got the 3 pockets. I've cut 4. I'll put one aside because we only need the 3. So while we've got this out, let's see, that's going to be big enough. Try to use a different part of the glue page. This does soak up a lot of your glue stick, but it's worth it. The effect that you get is lovely. It's I mean, you could call it instant tea dyeing, but it's more, it's a different, it's different than tea dyeing. And it's not just the colour, it's the texture that you get as well. It's really nice. And you're using up some beautiful vintage materials too, which for me, I think the more vintage I can put into one of my journals, the better, because I want to be using these things that would normally just get either stuck in the back of a cupboard or thrown away. And they're beautiful, beautiful things. They deserve to have another life. So yeah, you're giving another life to something that's never going to be used again. Because let's face it, most of these patterns, if they got made once, you know, it was lucky. A lot of people buy these patterns and never use them. I know I used to. I never used to use them because I couldn't sew, but yeah, I used to buy patterns all the time, thinking, oh, I'm going to make myself that, and it's sat in a drawer and never got used. And all the seamstresses in the world couldn't use up all the patterns that's out there. So yeah, let's use this bit. And because this is, you can use little bits of this and little bits of that, it's a really great way of getting rid of scraps. So all these little odd bits out of a pattern, it gives you this kind of almost patchwork effect, which is great. And you're not wasting those little bits that are probably too small for anything else. Oops, a daisy, I'm chucking my glue about. So these are, instead of going in the bin, are now going to have a new life. Oh, that's nice. And these don't have to be just for sewing journals. These make great backgrounds for a lot of things. I mean, imagine if you were doing a travel journal. You look at that, and that could be annotations on a map. You know, arrows and little roads and things like that. You know, you could, if you put stuff on there like for travel, people think, oh look, it's an old map or something. You know, it's going to have that kind of effect. Or just as a piece of ephemera, you know, just as an interesting viewpoint. It doesn't have to be a sewing journal. It can be used in any kind of journal, really. Even if you just do it just so that you can say you've had a go. Because it is fun. I quite like doing these. So there's 2, and here's our 3rd one. Now, do we have another piece that's almost clear? Well, we've got this. We could use that. I think that we'll get away with that. We're just going to have those 2 little lines on. That's fine. Okay. So let's get our glue on. I think we need a new glue page. And there's another journal card. Nice big journal cards, these ones. Right, get more glue. Really get your edges as well, because this is where it's going to lift. If it's going to lift up, it's going to do it on the edges. Let me just... Right. Okay. There we go. And you can still see that it's an index card. It's still, you still get the lines. You can still see it. It's just got that extra layer. There we are. I just had all these old patterns and I thought, what can we do? What can we do? What shall we make? And there's just so many things you can make with it. once you get going. I think that's the problem. Sometimes you look at something and you're just stumped, and it's getting going can be the hardest part of it. So we want something a bit decorative on this side. How about, there we go, perfect. I think once you get going, you know, you start to manipulate things and add things and do things, and it starts to speak to you, I think. But sometimes it can be intimidating to sit with a blank, I don't know, you know, some kind of resource that you've never used before, and look at it and think, what can I do with that? Just mess with it. That's the best thing you can do with it. Just mess with it, play with it, have fun with it, and before you know it, you're creating wonderful things. That's what I like to do anyway. And it's great because the people that I assist with craft and that, you know, they have autism, and in my mind that gives them a very unique view, and it's a wonderful process to see someone with autism look at something and see it through completely different eyes. And that in itself, that process is just amazing to me, because I get to see these wonderful creations come to light in ways that I would never ever have thought of manipulating the material. So sometimes it can be really interesting to watch how other people would use the material, and I suppose it's cross genres as well. So if you've got someone like, I think, so Gail Agostinelli, hi Gail, she comes from a mixed media background, and she's, you know, very much a mixed media person, and I've been loving our mixed media May. Isn't it great? I just love the way she manipulates colour in that. It's just really brilliant. And then you've got me coming from a sewing background, and very much a sewing background, and the way different people approach things coming from different backgrounds and different ideas, I think it's really interesting to me. So yeah, right, now let's see, what are we going to do with these? I want, are these going to be too big? Yes, they are. We could put that on there, and that could become a little tuck, couldn't it? And then we could put something on there. What can we put on there? Let me see. Oh, we've got that. That's too big. Whatever I do, I need whatever it is to be able to be copied 3 times. So I'm just looking to see what I've got, and you know, I can't really, I've got tons of stuff, but I can't see anything that I really want to use on these yet. I tell you what, I'm going to leave them because they need to dry anyway. So I'm going to leave them to dry, and then I will look at what we're going to decorate them with, because they're not speaking to me right now, and I have got other things I want to get on with. So the other thing I want to do is these. I wanted to do some oh, I can't remember the name of these. Was it Patricia Viamonte, or is it, oh, it'll come to me. Anyway, I've made one, and all I've done is take a square of book page, and it's just old book page, and I've had a quick scan of the words on it, and I don't think that there's any naughtiness there. And I've got these coffee dyed doilies, which I love, and I want to just glue that onto there. So I'm going to just measure it, because it's not quite half. The doilies are bigger than the page. As you can see, it's peeking over. So I'm just going to crease it. There we go. And then, so that I'm not going to waste the whole doily, I'm just going to cut the rest of this off because it's going to be stuck to the page anyway, so you're not going to see the back. So let's get a little bit of glue. And it's not always a good idea to use glue stick on a doily because it does tend, all the little holes tend to tear your glue stick up, but these ones are quite small and not too bad. Let's see if I can get it off the page now. Right, there we go. And I am just going to pop this down. There we go. Is that, nope, that's no good. Why do they always look a different size when after you've cut them and you're going to glue them? Okay, there we go. And look, it's come a little bit see-through with the glue. That's fine, it'll dry. And then I have this, and it's just some coffee dyed paper, and I'm just going to glue this to the inside so that you can write on that. So let's get some glue on this as well. Right, oh, which side should I use? What have I got on that one? I've got the grungy side on that one, so that's quite nice too, isn't it? We'll stick with the grungy side. That's the problem with these coffee dyed stains, you never know which side you want to use. I'm going to have to do some more of these actually, because I like when the coffee reactivates and creates these lovely patterns. And the smell, oh, it smells wonderful. I'm more of a tea drinker, but I love the smell of coffee. I do like the coffee, it's just I'm more of a tea drinker, but coffee, it's got just such a wonderful smell. And let's make sure that that's still going to fold okay. Right, great. Now I'm going to decorate with these. Now these are a couple of the pieces that we used on the cover. So it's a little bit of ribbon and one of these corsets, but I wanted to pop something underneath them. So let's have a look and see. I've got some of this, and it's like, it's cheese muslin, which is a little bit more closely woven than cheesecloth. So it's just slightly, it doesn't come apart as easy, let's put it that way. It's not as stringy, you've got to work at it to get it stringy. Let's cut that in half. And I just coffee dyed it, I just popped it in some coffee dye. I just want to get rid of those edges. I want it nice and stringy. There we go. Right, pop that behind there. Yeah, I like that, that's nice. Got strings everywhere now. Just as a point of learning, glue and strings doesn't match. Again, do as I say, not as I do, else you'll be a gluey mess. I'm just going to trim this little bit off here. Oh my word. I should do an outtake, shouldn't I? I think the whole video would just be outtakes. Yep, right. Just I need to ink these up. Behave, I've got the giggles now. Oh no, I've got the giggles. Okay, let's get serious. Oh my word, yes. I swear I am a sensible person. And quite intelligent when I want to be. Just not today. Right, okay. Serious, Eileen, come on, get your serious head on. People don't want to tune in just to listen to you laugh to yourself. Right, okay. Oh, I like that. That's going to look quite cute. And then I'm going to glue that onto the page. So where's my glue? Okay. Right, let's put a little bit of glue down here just to get that on. And then let's put glue on the back of here. Crikey, you don't realise how loud those mowers are until they're stopped, do you? Okay, give that a good press and a squeege. Give it a squeege because it's gluing the fabric down. Oh, that is really pretty, I like that. And this one's not quite so big, so put a little bit of glue underneath. And then let's get the glue on here. There we go, I've got my giggles in check now. Just about. And a good press and a squidge. There we go. Okay, so we've got them done. Now, should we pop these straight in? Why not? Why not? Yeah, okay, let's get them in the book. I love being at this stage where you get to start popping things in the book. Right, now, I haven't even thought about balancing this one out yet, so we need to really start thinking about that. So that's all glued nicely now. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so we've got that in the front, which is our triple pocket. And then do we have any? We've got that pocket there. We've got that pocket there. Well, it's not a pocket, it's more of a... And we've got, do we have anything in the back yet? No, not really. I wonder how that would look on there. No. That's quite nice, I like it there. Yeah, okay. And I'm not going to bother making this a tuck, or am I? It could be a tuck, couldn't it? We could have it as a tuck and a... okay, why not? We'll do that. Helps if you take the lid off your glue, Eileen. So we're just going to go down the two sides. Well, that's a big globby glue. Uh-oh. Right, okay. And then we can tuck some little ephemera into there. I think I've got glue on the inside. No, I didn't. Right. Let's pop you. Don't want you too close to the edge. I'm going to need to wipe off some of that big globby glue. There we are. Yeah, I like that. That looks nice there. And then, well, we're going to make there a pocket. I wanted to put a trim on that. Right, let's not get distracted again, Eileen. Signature 2. Oh no. Right, we've got that pocket there which mirrors our... I have done a little bit of mirroring even without thinking about it. We've got that, we've got that. Okay. No, there's too much doily action going on there. That would be... That's not bad there. Yeah, I think we could do that. We can get away with that. Okay. Try not to get a big glob of glue on it this time. Okay, there we are. Where's my little cloth? So, there we are. There, so we've got them in. That's great. I'm pleased with that. Okay, I'm just going to give that one more press down. Right. Yep, this is filling up fast. And I want to pop this in. This, it was that paper again that I made the 3 pockets out of. But it was so nice that I wanted to make a side pocket, and it's quite a big side pocket, and I'm going to put it in this first signature because I've already got some of it in the second signature. it's a pity it's that way, isn't it? Oh, that would have just covered that up perfect, wouldn't it? No, I'm looking on the wrong side. I've got that there, so I don't want it there. Let's put it towards the back a bit. How about we pop it on here? And again, all I did was I cut out the scrapbook paper, cut it to the size of the page, and then rounded these edges and just used my little circle cutter. It's just a nice simple pocket to do. But you know what? I'm just thinking of something that I've seen, and I wonder if I can do it. Let me see. Now, if we glue that to there, right, and then we can put a paper clip in there and there, and then it's a pocket when it's closed, and then it's a flip out when it's open. Oh, interesting. Yes, I think I'm going to do that. Right, I've just realised I didn't, well, I wasn't gonna, because it was going to be a pocket, but if I'm going to do this, it needs to be distressed. See how these things just come to you when you're playing? I just love it. Oh, yesterday our neighbours, lovely people, and they've got this lovely dog called Pickle, or a lovely neighbourhood dog, Pickle. She's a large border collie. I'm just going to rub this across, trying not to get too much on. I just want to distress it just a bit. There we go. But she's very young and very oh, she's just, you know how puppies are. And she was going for a walk with her mum, and she had her on the lead, and she was next to the main road, and a dog across the road started to bark, and it caught her attention, and she tried to run across to go and see the other dog, and her lead snapped, and there was a car pulling out. Luckily it was only just pulling out of the junction, so it wasn't going fast, but it hit her. Oh, we've all been in bits, everybody in the street. Because our other neighbour saw her being carried back, and she came across, and she was like, oh my god, what's wrong with Pickle? And I'm like, why, what's the matter with Pickle? And she's like, someone just carried her back. And I was like, no. So my daughters were straight out and trying to find out what was wrong with Pickle, but they'd already gone and took her to the vet, so we were all on edge waiting for her coming home. And turns out she's fine. It was a bit of a shock. She's got a bruise. Hopefully, you know, that'll just clear itself up. She didn't break anything, though they think that she did slightly dislocate her elbow, but by the time they got her to the vet, that had sorted itself out, and the vet checked it all over, and says, oh no, it's fine, she's okay. Right, we need to make a paper clip for there and there to make that into a pocket, and then that'll open out and it's more journaling space. There we go. Okay, right, so we need to do then. I'll have to start writing a list of things that we need to do. Yeah, so she's okay, she's fine. So everybody's been popping round, keeping a distance, but popping to the gate and just saying hi, because obviously we can't even stroke the pets, you know, because they've told us do not stroke the animals, because somebody could have touched them who's got COVID, and then you're gonna end up passing that on to whoever else you touch and that. So oh, it's so sad. But she was wanting cuddles off everybody. Oh, bless her. Right, now we made these, didn't we? So we've just put that flip in, so why don't we do something with these? So we pop that into the front. So let's do something in the second signature with these. But yeah, bless her, little Pickle. Well, she's not so little now. She's getting quite a size. They don't stay little for long, do they, dogs? They just seem to just explode. If we could put them kind of like that, couldn't we? Do we want to put them both on the same page, or do we want to put one in the front and one in the back? I might put one in the front and one in the back. I'm not going to glue this down because I want this to be journaling space. And again, you could just put a little paper clip there just to keep it closed if you wanted it to be like a little pocket. So let's get the glue on this, and I'm liking it on this page. Where did I put my glue? There it is. Yeah, so my dog Dexy, he's quite an older dog, and Pickle's quite a young dog, and she is absolutely entranced by Dexy. So there's a garden in between us, which is my sister-in-law's garden, and she's, you know, we've got gates in between, so he can't be bothered to play with her because she's too jumpy about it. And he's a scaredy cat. He's scared of his own shadow, but he likes to go up to the fence, and she jumps up at the fence, and then they just stare at each other, and it's it's like Romeo and Juliet. They're just like gazing at each other across this fence. So he was proper out of sorts yesterday because he didn't get to see her, and I think he could sense there was something wrong. Right, let's go and put this one in the front. Where was that page that we wanted covering? There we go, perfect. So he was proper out of sorts. And then today, when he went out this morning, she was at the fence, and he was like, "Yay, Pickle's back!" He tries to make on that he can't be bothered with that, but he looks for her every day. Bless him. Like a little love affair, little doggy love affair. Oh, I don't know what I would do. You know, just a heart attack, isn't it? That it's so easy for them to just get away very quickly, and I mean, she was on her lead, and her lead snapped. I mean, you can't predict that, you know. It's scary, scary, scary. Right. Looking great. Oh, okay, right, there was something else I was going to do, and I can't remember what it was. Right, we've got these, seem to be dry now, but you can see how they're curling, so I'm going to flatten these before I even try. Where's that book? Let's get the Hare's Encyclopedia. I'm going to pop them in the middle of here. There we are. And that'll flatten them out. So we've got that. I haven't done, our fabric flip, that was where I was going to do, but you know what, I can't find our fabric flip now. Where did I put it? Aha! Nope, that's not it. I thought I had it there. Oh, where's that gone? Right, nope, no idea. Oh, where are you, brick flip? I just had ya. I swear I just had ya. It'll turn up as soon as I stop looking for it, but that's okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it a video there, because we've got quite a bit in, and I don't want to just keep on putting loads of stuff in, because it's already starting to get chunky, and there's a few things that we need to work on. So I'm going to leave it there because I've got a couple more bits that I want to organise. We need something in the back here, don't we? I need to put a nice card in there too. I've got a couple of things I want to organise, and I've got a plan for one of these. So that would counterbalance the big flip. Yeah, right, okay. So I'll do that in the next video. So I hope that you've enjoyed this me giggling and bumbling and just generally being me. But it's coming along, it's coming along. So yeah, so the next one we will have a sort through. We've still got all of our bits from the collage that we did, and I want to go through them and start decorating them, because there's a couple of pockets that I want to use out of them as well, and I don't want to just flood this journal with just pockets, so we need to do some other bits and pieces. So we'll leave it there for now, and I will see you in the next one. So take care, stay healthy, and happy crafting. Bye.